How are you today?
Doing good. You're taking a film of my 1926 Ford Model T two-door sedan. I know that's the whole title of the car.
And how long have you owned it?
I've owned it since 2021. It took me 3 years to restore it, and it needs work about every week. Something needs tweaking. So, but that's the way they were back in the day.
Did these cars ever come with electric starters back in the day?
These cars were made starting in 1909 was the first Model T, all the way up to 1919, no starter, just the hand crank.
Okay.
1919 and on, all of them had starters and the hand crank.
And the hand crank.
Okay, so we're talking about the hand crank here in the front. Yeah, buddy. Oh, she's a beauty.
Drive on the street.
They're just
Yeah.
the turn signals are not mandatory. The way it came had no turn signals, and that would be grandfathered today to be legal as long as you used your arm and hand signals.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
nobody knows arm and hand signals
yeah.
today.
Yeah.
They just think you're waving at them or something.
Yeah.
So you had to install those yourself
I
to
did.
make it street legal? Is that what I was?
It's street legal without them, but it's safer with them.
Of course.
You notice there's no brakes on the front wheels, is that correct?
They never installed brakes on most front wheel cars of this era because they thought that they were unsafe. If you locked the front brakes up, the car would flip over, like it used to do with wagons and horses.
Gotcha. Okay.
And this is basically just a horse and buggy suspension. Yeah, they thought the brakes were madness.
Yeah,
You're gonna kill yourself
Yeah.
with front brakes.
And they had wooden spoke wheels to what year, Steve?
This is the last year of the hickory spoke wheels. The 1926 was the last year. You could still special order them in 1927 and for the Model A, but many people didn't want to pop for the $13 or whatever it cost.
Right. Does that have a wheel bearing in there, or is it a different type? Like
It does have, in the front, it has Timken bearings.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Would you mind popping the hood?
Sure.
So what are we looking at?
That is a 177 cubic inch, 4-cylinder, runs on gas or kerosene, and it produces from the factory 20 horsepower. I put a high compression head on it to deal with the hills here in Tennessee. That silver cylinder head is called the Z head, and that increases the horsepower to about 27. So
Do you have any troubles on the hills?
I do.
Do you?
Yeah, there's a hill out by the Heatherhurst Golf Course.
Okay.
I have to shift into low. Line up behind me.
Right. What's the black box sitting there?
That's the ignition coils.
Really?
There's 4 of them, one for each cylinder. Yeah, back in the day they didn't have the rotary distributor and.
Wow.
Now I'm seeing a belt that looks like it's been sewn.
That is a leather belt, fan belt. That's the way they were. And you could take that belt off and hitch up your pants with it. I suppose.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's leather.
Well, yeah, because you didn't have a lot of rubber back then.
Not really. That was the technology.
It was starting to come around, but not really. It was still leather. Was still the big.
Yeah, if it would have been cheaper to put something else on, Henry Ford would have done it.
Yeah.
So these are cylinders. How does it get up to the cylinder?
It is called an updraft carburetor.
Okay.
The vacuum created by the pistons going up and down
pulls it up.
sucks
I
up the
gotcha.
vapor.
Huh.
Yeah, it's not. They don't do that anymore.
Right,
That's not very efficient.
Right.
But it worked. But it's you'd think as small of an engine as this
Yeah.
is, and as light as the car is, about 1,800 pounds maybe,
Wow.
that we get really good mileage.
Yeah.
This car gets about 10 miles a gallon.
Yeah.
But back then,
Back-
gas was 4 cents a gallon.
Yeah. Wow.
And it uses the cheapest gas that I can find. It's 87 octane anymore.
Right.
The gas that they made 100 years ago, they didn't have octane ratings, but I suspect it was like in the 70s or something. So this is super ethyl compared to what
it's ethyl. Yeah. Want some ethyl?
Interesting.
yeah,
Wow.
regular ethyl.
Yeah.
Remember those days?
Yeah. And was this?
But
Yeah.
they make them.
Okay.
This piece was
Yeah.
scratched all up.
Yeah.
I matched the paint pretty well on that.
Yeah. Back in the day?
No.
Not even the one inside?
Yes, the one inside is stock.
Okay.
This one I just put on because it has terrible blind spots.
Right.
I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unsightly, and it's way bigger than I. But
Well, safe though.
it's
I don't want nobody hitting.
no.
hitting
I
my
could
car.
see quite a bit with that big mirror.
Yeah. Wow.
It has no passenger side mirror. I've been
Right.
thinking about putting one on there, but
Is that the battery?
one of them.
How many batteries does it have?
It's got two batteries.
And it's a 12 volt.
A 6 volt
volt system.
that came with the car. It
Right.
runs the engine,
Right.
the horn,
Right.
the headlights.
Okay.
And then I put a smaller little tractor 12 volt battery to run the blinkers and
Okay.
the digital. Yeah, they thought the brakes were madness.
Yeah,
You're going to
yeah.
kill yourself
Yeah.
with front brakes.
And they had wooden spoke wheels to what year, Steve?
This is the last year of the hickory spoke wheels. The 1926 was the last year. You could still special order them in 1927 and for the Model A, but many people didn't want to pop for the $13 or whatever it cost.
Right. Does that have a wheel bearing in there, or is it a different type? Like
It does have in the front. It has Timken bearings.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And here's obviously where the brakes are, the drum brakes.
Those are. It has a transmission brake actually. It clamps on the drive shaft to stop the wheels.
Okay.
Those are parking brakes, but a lot of people do use them as brakes in emergency.
Right. So when you step on the brake pedal, it clamps the drive shaft.
Yes, that's how it stops.
Really?
Now, if you, for whatever reason,
Yeah.
you bust the U-joint or something,
Right.
and you got no drive shaft, you have that. You still have brakes.
Gotcha.
So in order to change the tire,
Yes, this has a split rim. There's a tool that clamps in 3 different areas, and it pulls the rim together, and you pull it off. It's kind of neat.
interesting. I certainly won't ask you to take that off. I just wanted to. So, and then you bolt on to
Yeah,
the
there's these 4 bolts.
spokes.
Yeah, these spokes stay on the car. When
Okay.
you change the tire, it's just the rim. And that's good enough.
These all
Very
have
interesting.
tubes in them.
They have tubes.
Is it hard to find replacement?
No, there's a place in Memphis that makes this stuff new all the time.
Wow.
Coker Tire.
Yeah, Coker tire.
Coker tire, yeah.
They make
These, all the muscle car
yep.
stuff.
They make Tiger Paw. People love them.
Yeah.
And Henry started in
Yeah.
this year
Yeah.
painting them
Yeah.
a few different colors.
Yeah.
This was not one of them.
Yeah. But it matches the era of the car, though. Thing.
Yeah,
You know?
this is the color that I bought it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
does you do the body work on it? You and I have talked about
I did some body work.
it. You have to paint it
These front fenders were pretty bashed up.
Right.
I took them to a body shop and had them fix the dents and then paint them. You can see the paint job on this one versus the one I did.
Gotcha.
It's pretty, now that I pointed out.
Yeah, I never, I've been around this car and never noticed that,
the paint was starting to flick off the one of the headlights, so I just about 2 months ago I repainted it. But now you can see I didn't quite get the brown right. This one is different than that one.
Yeah.
But
you noticed that, we didn't.
yeah, you never would have unless I pointed it out.
It's interesting how they made the glass.
Yep.
Kind of whole different like way of thinking, you know.
And the top is made of vinyl, and they had vinyl back in, and underneath the vinyl is a crisscross lattice work of wood and some padding to keep the vinyl from poking through. The reason they didn't make metal for the roof, and they did later, but not in this year or years before, because they didn't have a stamp big enough to stamp a piece of metal that big.
Gotcha.
So they just made it out of vinyl, cheaper,
Right.
rather than spend a couple of $1 million making a stamp that big.
Would this be stock from that era too?
Yes.
Wow.
You have to go to machine shop every time you want a part. And that,
or now they can do the 3D printing like you and I were talking about.
they could
Jay
do,
Leno and all his steam cars, he does a lot of that because he can't find parts.
So, but nowadays you've got 3 or 4 different distributors that you can.
there's 3 or 4 aftermarket manufacturers that make everything. Doors, fenders, running boards. This is called a splash guard, this piece of metal there.
So all that's bolted to a frame.
That is all bolted to the frame.
Is it an X frame like an old car? Or is it just a square frame?
It's 2 rails
Okay.
with some cross members holding it together.
Gotcha. Is it welded, riveted, bolted?
It's riveted.
Yeah.
No, hardly any welds in this.
Yeah.
Which is fine with me. I can't weld.
Yeah.
You give me a welder and I'll booger something together.
I
It's
hear
not.
ya. Yeah. I don't think they were really welding a lot back in that era, because then they built like all the planes and ships with
Rivets.
Yeah, and even the skyscrapers, correct?
Yeah. Well, you saw those guys how they welded.
Now it's time for the inside.
Okay.
Because I can see the holes in the dash.
Right.
That I plugged them up. But Henry Ford never made heaters for these things. The heater that was in this thing at some point, it just took the heated air from the exhaust manifold. The fan blew it towards the cab.
Right.
But you were getting any kind of oil films and gas and whatever was coming out of it wasn't the safest heater that they ever invented. So.
What's the button on the floor by her hand for?
That is a starter button.
Starter button?
Yeah, you hit that with your heel.
Right. And these cars came with no heat, is that correct?
No heat. Still doesn't have heat.
Right.
This car was modified for...
We don't just hop in and turn the key.
We turn the speedometer on. We take it out of high gear. That's neutral. That's the parking brake. Right straight up and down is where you start it. Turn it to battery. You can hear that buzzing.
Uh-huh.
That's the coil. Pull the choke a little bit. See, it doesn't quite want to go into neutral.
And that is how you retard the timing, Steve?
This,
Okay.
that is advancing and retarding. This is advanced, and that's where it likes to run all the time. Fast, slow speed.
And then what was the other one?
That's the that's the gas. You push on this pedal over here to go forward. Let up. You're going in.
Press on the pedals.
speed, you push this all the way forward and it directs, it engages in a direct drive.
Amazing how fast this thing turns.
It's a little car.
Yeah.
Volkswagen weighs about 200 pounds more than this.
Really?
Let's get it to shift gears. There we go.
There she goes.
That car has been there ever since I got here half an hour ago. Nice suspension.
Yeah, right?
You can hear that growl.
Yeah.
That's because this has a transmission brake. It has a band that clamps on the drive shaft.
Okay. So that's what that is?
And all the gears are.
So now to turn her off. To shut her down.
Actually. And then I put it in high gear so it doesn't roll backwards. It will eventually. Shut off the...
Boy, in today's world, no,
God, there's lots of things you have to do, whereas in today's world you just push the button.
Push a button.
Yeah.
You don't have to. Yeah,
No, don't have to pull a key out, put it in the...
Right.
That's old school.
Right.
This is just push the button as long as you've got a key fob on you
Yeah.
in your pocket. Speedometer.
Oh, okay.
That's
Nice.
Really holding the camera.
I did it.
It's not terribly hard to get
No,
out.
there's actually a lot of room. More room than that pickup over there.
More room than a Mustang.
Yeah, yeah.
Which this car is basically the grandpappy.
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
Mustang.
yeah, yeah, yeah.